Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today, we're looking at the story released by Eddie Hearn. And the title goes, Miller was supposed to pay back money fronted for Joshua fight from the Forest purse. Okay, so simply put, Miller, Jarrell Miller, who's just recently tested positive, failed a PED test. Miller owes Mo Nye to Eddie Hearn. Matchroom is in debt. Should have paid back money fronted. Money that Eddie Hearn was kind enough, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, The Zone were kind enough to put up front. So let's get into the story. Okay, so Barbarian, Dimitri Salita, and Greg Cohen aren't the only promoters that had financial interests in Jarrell Miller's ill-fated fight against Jerry Forrest. Should call that a comeback fight. He's coming back after his last PED fail. Okay, so let's get into it. So, Eddie Hearn has revealed that he too was supposed to be paid a percentage of Miller's purse when he fought Forrest on July the 9th in Las Vegas. Eddie Hearn, the British promoter, informed a rival channel during an interview that was streamed recently on YouTube that Miller still owes his company money that he was fronted before he tested positive for 3 performance-enhancing drugs last year and had to be removed from the heavyweight title fight against Anthony Oluwafemi Olansi Joshua. Okay, so Brooklyn's Miller was due to make good money, said Hearn. He had a sign-on bonus from Top Rank and a sign-on bonus from JPrince, I believe, which he's probably going to have to repay. He owes me money too. We're going to get paid from this fight, his fight with Forrest. Money he owes us from the Joshua fight, the upfront payment that we gave him, which he has to return because he failed a drugs test. Okay, so Hearn suggested Matchroom Boxing might have to take legal action against Miller to try and recoup its unspecified sum, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission could issue the controversial heavyweight contender a lengthy suspension at one of its upcoming meetings. He reportedly tested positive for GW1516, as we all know by now. Hearn refused to work with Miller after his PED ordeal, which gave Andy Ruiz his opportunity, which he grasped with both hands like he'd grasp a heavyweight sumo burrito. Okay, so Top Rank Inc. Barbarian instead signed Miller to a multi-fight promotional deal that was announced late in January. Okay, so JPrince, one of boxing's most prominent managers, also signed Miller to a contract. Salita still is one of Miller's co-promoters, as is Cohen. Interesting story about Cohen. Probably get into that tomorrow. Yeah, I got a nice little treat for you. The besmirched Miller, 31, hasn't boxed since he knocked out Romania's Bogdan Dinu in November 2018. So while Miller awaits his fate, Forrest is busy preparing for his replacement, Cameroon's Carlos Takam. A 10-round bout between Forrest and Takam will headline an ESPN telecast on July the 9th from the MGM Grand Conference Center. Okay, so that's the story of Miller. I call him Big Belly Miller. who owes Matchroom money fronted for the Joshua fight from the Forest purse. And there's the headline for you. Let's get it all the way across there. Miller was supposed to pay back money fronted for the Joshua fight from his Forest purse, but it looks like that ain't happening now. Oops, hold on a second. Let's go back down memory lane. It's this incident here that we're talking about. This was when Miller first popped. Let's have a look. Okay.
It's your boy Big Baby Miller here. A lot can be said right now. I'm gonna get straight to the point. I messed up. I made a bad call. A lot of ways to handle a situation. I handled it wrong, and I'm paying the price for it. I missed out a big opportunity, and I'm hurting on the side. You know, my heart is bleeding right now. I hurt my family, my friends, my team, my supporters, but I'm gonna own up to it. I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna correct it, and I'm gonna come back better. And I'm humbled by the experience to understand, you know, how to handle certain things, man. And I'm gonna leave it as that. You know, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys out there. And you know, fighters, we go through a lot, and I don't want to make it a bad name for ourselves. And it's time to do right and get right. So I thank you guys.
Okay, so that was first time around. That's the events that led up to the situation that we have now, where Jarrell, Big Baby, Big Belly, call him what you will, Miller, owes a lot of people. We can count them off, just the ones that we know. He owes Bob Arum. He owes Dimitri Salita and Greg Cohen. Got a story about Greg. Bust that tomorrow. Who else does he owe? He also owes JPrince, one of the most prominent managers in the business. Of course, JPrince. I think he first made his name in music. That's when I first became aware of him in rap music as a manager, promoter, whatever, producer, executive producer. But of course, he's big in the sports field also. Wouldn't surprise me if he manages athletes outside of boxing. So he owes Bob Arum, Dimitri Salita, Greg Cohen. They're promoters, co-promoters. They have a slice of his promotional pie. There's other people who have a slice of his promotional pie. That's 3. JPrince 4. And now we find out that he also owes Eddie Hearn's Matchroom / DAZN. So that's what? It's 5 people. 5 prominent people. Those are just the ones we know about. So he owes from the Joshua fight, Matchroom DAZN. And then he owes a bunch of other people now. Dimitri Salita, Greg Cohen, Bob Arum, JPrince. You really don't want to owe JPrince money. So I had been wondering how this cat had been surviving. He's been surviving on fronted money. Now he's got to pay back. Did I miss something out here? Yeah, I did. I must have missed something out. I missed something out in the article because I read it beforehand. Okay, yeah, here it is. Hearn suggested Matchroom Boxing might have to take legal action against Miller to try to recoup its unspecified amount of money. Actually, I think I remember reading that now. But anyway, it's worth restating. So yeah, Matchroom Boxing might have to take legal action against Miller. I want the money back. Miller. You gotta pay up, bro. No amount of talking's gonna squirrel you away. Can't squirrel your way out of this one. Time for talking has stopped. It's just give me my money now. Just give me my money. I'm sick and tired of hearing you yapping. It seems pretty obvious, Big Baby. Seems pretty obvious you can't get in there. You don't feel comfortable getting in there with that little PED pick me up. I don't think you're addicted. I think you have a mental dependence. You feel as if you haven't really covered your bases unless one element of your preparation involves banned substances. That's what it seems like to me. I don't think you're addicted, otherwise you'd have had some roids in your system. You didn't have no roids in your system, you just had a endurable GW1516 for endurance, because I think you were scared. I think you were scared of running out of gas, running out of steam coming off that shiznix without anything to replace it. That's what I think. Yeah, you're dependent, my friend. You're dependent. I don't think you're addicted, but I think you have a psychological dependence. But anyway, now you got a lot of people to pay because you have a psychological dependence. Because you don't trust yourself. Because you've been fighting assisted for so long. You just can't comprehend even getting in there with the lowly Forrest. What's his first name? Forrest. I just see Forrest. Let's got him down as Forrest. I'm sure he's got a first name out there somewhere. But regardless, first names. I think this shows that even getting in against lowly ranked opponents, you still don't feel comfortable. You, my friend, have a psychological dependence. And until you get treatment for that, it ain't gonna work out, bro. It simply is not going to work out because you're gonna do the same thing over and over again. I'm just surprised they didn't drug test you before they signed you. I'm surprised they didn't drug test you before they signed you and then told you you'd be subject to random drug testing of which you would have to pay. That should have been in the contract. Matter of fact, they should have took that money out beforehand so we wouldn't have to wait for you to stump up. They should have had random testing involved written into the contract to avoid embarrassing themselves at your cost. But now we're in the situation that we're in. You're in a fix, my friend. You're in a fix of your own making, of your own design. So, what say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. I don't know, what else can one say? You gotta pay up. You gotta stump up. You gotta stump up that Mount 9. You gotta stump up that Mount 9 because I know a man who wants his money back, Jarrell. I know a man who wants his money back, Jarrell. You better pay him his money. Pay him his money. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. Look out for the live show. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 p.m. UK time. It's Boxing Talk with Rafi. It's the Combat Radio.